Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time again. That's no new news. I decided that I would be making another portfolio review. This year it's a little bit different because this is my last year as a student. Or well, now I'm not a student anymore, so I'm a graduated senior, so I thought that I'd show you the portfolio of a fourth year animation student. The last video I posted was my third year animation student portfolio, so you can literally go back one video and see what my portfolio was last year. If I do another portfolio review next year, I'm hoping to have a few videos in between these two. So, portfolio that I have now, I made kind of a huge discovery for myself, which was that most of my interest in animation lies with background painting, or just painting in general. So from last year to now, I've just been working on painting a lot. Yeah, with that, let's start checking out the portfolio. This first piece that I have here is a little concept that I did of Treehouse. Hopefully gives you a feeling of mystery and wonder and, I don't know, just kind of some cool vibes, hopefully. I made this originally as a concept sketch, which you can see because I included my process for this one. I did this concept sketch a while before I did the original illustration, and I did this illustration for a mentorship that I did with Tiffany Meng, and Tiffany's amazing digital painter who offers mentorships online, and if you have the opportunity to learn from her, definitely do so. She's super nice and she pushes you to be the best you can, so definitely recommend. Shout out Tiffany. So yeah, so I did a concept sketch a while ago. Like that idea, I thought that a treehouse could be an interesting subject, so I decided when we did the mentorship to bring it back and see if I could explore that a little bit more. So I started off with a no-tan sketch. With that, I was just trying to figure out interesting light on dark patterns that I could create somehow using light and local colors to do that. Then after that, I went on to doing a few color keys that were super loose, but gave the idea of what direction I wanted to go in. I ended up going with the middle, which was the fall time version, and hopefully you guys like it. It's kind of fun. I really wanted this strong feeling of light, which hopefully comes through. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun on that piece. Next up here is a background painting that I did. There's gonna be a few pieces that I show you here that were background design was by Angela Sung. She's an amazing artist as well. You should check her out. She sells some of her background designs for background painters to paint on her website. So if you're interested, you can actually get these same backgrounds from her website and paint them yourself, and that might be a little bit fun. So I bought these and came up with my own ideas of what I wanted to do. Yeah, I kind of went for a little Blade Runner type of vibe with this one. You know, looked up some reference of wet streets in Japan and stuff. Had a lot of fun pushing this and making it super cool, brooding vibes. The next one, also layout by Angela, was a cityscape. Decided to do something a little bigger and more intense, and the process for this was also equally as intense because there was just a lot of stuff going on in this scene, obviously. But I tried to simplify it and break it down as much as possible with just kind of pretty much following the rule of thirds and lighting up the top third and keeping the bottom two in dark for the most part, aside from the focal point, which is that little Scooby-Doo shack building in the middle there, where I kept a little bit of the lights on and stuff. So to do that, I decided to do kind of this like morning sunset scene, which allowed me to kind of simplify all of that stuff that's in the back, and I used atmospheric perspective to kind of lessen the contrast of things as they go into the distance, and that light really helped to take all of that stuff and just calm it down, make it more simple, and you know, it was really nice, and I think it came together well, and it served the purpose of my composition how I wanted it to. Aside from that, I just had a lot of fun playing with temperatures, with warm light, cool shadows, cool light, warm shadows on this one. So in the foreground, there's cool light with the warm shadows, in the background where the light's streaming through, the warm light with the cooler shadows. So I was trying to pay a lot of attention to that when I was doing this. That also was a lot of fun for me to do. Next three pieces that I have here are just from my senior thesis, some backgrounds that were designed by Cole Dubsik and Will Hoskin came up with the 3D elements. Without their help, they really saved me on that, because made the process a lot easier for me, where I just came in and painted over the stuff that they had already done. That was very helpful during the production process, because I had to like really slam these backgrounds out. I have a lot more that I didn't include. These are just some of my favorites. I think they overall came out nice. I would probably go back and tighten them up a little bit, and play a little bit more with my brush strokes and some of the temperatures and things, but I think overall they work out pretty nice. This next one, I just kind of went for a different style. I actually used a source from my old portfolio where I did that schematic of that house, but now I decided, oh, that might be a cool asset I could use to like throw it into some spooky painting, and it's also a different style from what I've been painting in, so going forward I'm gonna try and push my style a little bit differently, because I know a lot of my stuff kind of has, like, at least to me, a similar vibe, so that's a goal of mine moving forward, is probably to just kind of make myself a little bit more versatile. This background was designed by Angela, and I painted it. It was actually one of the first backgrounds that I tried painting in this style, so I think it came through well. It was an experiment for me. I would probably change a few things now doing it, but I'll probably go back and work on that a little bit more. But yeah, I think it speaks well. Next one and last one that I'm gonna show is this little kitty by a tree piece that I did a little bit more loose than the other ones that I've shown, but I was really trying to play with being playful with color and having fun with the light that was there, and main point of this composition is the interesting silhouette of the tree and the cat, so yeah, had a lot of fun with that, and also cool and warm temperatures. That concludes that portion of my portfolio. The only other portion that I have really in the portfolio is some of the studies that I did. So I just decided to include that to show like what I do kind of in between the bigger projects of just, showing my ability to paint. Hopefully it comes through a little bit. So I have some still lifes here, and I'll just scroll through because there's a lot of studies here, but some of these still lifes, which I had a lot of fun doing for Tiffany's mentorship. I worked off of a few photo references for these. Also have a few master studies. These are kind of more quick, like 30-minute to an hour. Kim English, he's one of my favorite painters right now because I just love the way he captures light, so I'm trying to do a lot of those. Did some film studies also for Tiffany's mentorship. This is from the movie Whiplash. With these, was trying to limit my brushes. Photoshop has a lot of tools that you can use, so sometimes it's best to just be like, okay, make a rule for yourself and only use a few of those, and then you can get your full arsenal back later. Yeah, and then some photo studies. I recently just did this one, also trying to push color a little bit more than I see in the photo. And then a self-portrait, pretty cool. One of the only things that stayed from my last portfolio was some of these model studies, because I think they still hold up. I like them a lot, and it shows a little bit, I painted a little bit differently then, so I think they're nice in that way to include. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Aside from the filmography section of my portfolio, which is my film, which I do plan on posting on this channel eventually, so stick around for that, because right now it's in the film festival process, so I'm not allowed to share it yet, but I'm really excited to see what you guys think about it when I do release it. It's called Interface, and that really destroyed my life last year with how much work that was. So anywho, if you guys have any questions, or if I can help you guys out at all with your artistic journey, feel free to reach out to me on my Instagram @GordillasArt, and or you can go to my website. There's a contact section. You can email the email that's there. I'll answer DMs, or I'll try and check that email. If I can help you guys out, I'd love to do so. Besides that, hopefully I'm gonna be returning pretty soon, and now that I'm graduated, I don't really have the crazy obligations that I had last year with thesis and finishing my last year of school and all the corona crazy stuff. So hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are interested in following a little bit more of my artistic journey. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Peace.